Revenge films.
My name is John, and I'm a regular employee at a company. I got married about 3 years ago, and I live together with my wife. But nowadays, she just treats me like I'm just her wallet. That is to say that I luckily had a pretty good salary, and we could live comfortably without my wife having to work. I'm home.
Oh, welcome home. Can you run the laundry machine?
Sure. This is what a relationship is like. I came home after a long day of working hard, and my wife just lazes about. I haven't had a home-cooked meal in a while, and she doesn't do any chores around the house. Back in the day, she used to cook sometimes, but now I just get delivery or packaged food from the convenience store.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going on a trip with my friends.
What? When?
I'm leaving tomorrow, so I'll take enough money for that.
What? Tomorrow? I let my wife take care of our finances, and she was using my salary however she pleased. I told her I want to set aside at least a little bit for savings, but I have no idea if we even have any at all. The day I got my bonus, she bought herself a laptop without even telling me, and also without a word of thanks. Is this really okay? Am I just gonna live the rest of my life being used by my wife like this? If it's even possible, I wanted things to go back to the way she was before we got married. Is that too much to ask? I was starting to question my marriage when one day... What? Fired? I had been working extremely hard every day, but because of a company restructure, I was told that I no longer had a job here. Even outside of work, I had gotten into a few disagreements with my boss, and so I wondered if my boss had said something. My boss was a terrible person who would take all the credit for my hard work, and since that angered me every single time, he probably wanted to get rid of me. I was thinking that he must have said something to the president and asked for my release during the restructure, and it turns out I was spot on. You were getting in my way, so I had you put on the firing list. I never expected for things to turn out this way. I'd even tolerate my boss's outrageous behavior. It's a tough world out there. Good luck! You weren't very good at your job, so there wasn't much I could do anyway. I wanted to punch my boss's grinning face, but restrained myself and left the office. More than anything, I needed to hurry up and find a new job with a decent salary, especially since my previous company had a pretty good pay. It was hard to find another job that could even meet the same salary. I got home and explained what happened to my wife.
What? Fired?
Yeah, unfortunately. I explained to her how the company management was no longer sustainable and that I was fired. And her immediate response was to yell at me to hurry up and find a new job. Of course I was going to look for a new job, but at the same time, I made a request to my wife. I asked her to look for a part-time job, even if just for the time being. I didn't think that I'd be able to get a job with a salary like the one I had, so in order to maintain our current lifestyle, I thought that we would need an additional source of income and that my wife could help. However, in response to this request, my wife quipped,
No. Why should I have to work? What did I even marry you for?
and refused to get a job. In that case, I explained to her that we would need to lower our standards of living, to which she also refused to accept. So then I asked her what other option there possibly was, and without changing her expression at all, she said,
Let's get a divorce.
What?
Isn't it obvious? I only married you because you had such a high salary. If you take away your salary, you have no value left.
I was shocked and disappointed by her words. Apparently, she was only married to my money. I lost my job and my wife, and along with it, the motivation to do anything at all. I even found out that my wife was having an affair, and the reason why she was spending so much money was to go on dates with him. Before I could even address it, my wife had already hurried off to be with this other man. I did have a little bit of savings left, but it was only a couple of $1,000s, and even then, my wife had run off with half of it. I worked so hard day and night for my wife, and this is what I get in return? I couldn't help but sigh heavily as I wrapped up what was left of my work. What? You're quitting? Yes, at the company's will. How can this be? Our company had only signed a contract with yours because of you, Mr. John. I'm very sorry. there will be another representative to take over this contract. I went and paid my dues to every single customer and officially left my job. What am I gonna do now? I was at a loss and went to the unemployment bureau to start looking for a new job. However, I wasn't having any luck finding a good job, and I was starting to become desperate. What do I do? Just as I was hitting rock bottom, I suddenly received a phone call from an unknown number. When I answered, it was the division manager of a major company that I had been working with at my previous company. He had apparently gone so far as to get my cell phone number from his employee that I had been working with and gave me a call. I heard about what happened with you, and well, I was wondering if you'd like. What? Really? The phone call I received from this division manager of this major company was a headhunting call. It was an invitation to use what I had learned and the experience I had gained at my previous company to help move their company up. I went in for an interview and was able to confirm an official offer. After all that, I was picked up by a company that was even better than my previous one, and my life was about to become even better than before. On top of that, I don't have a wife to take care of anymore, so I can use my salary however I want it. I can buy whatever I want. Because I have even more holidays, I can do whatever I want too. I also wanted to show my gratitude to the company for picking me up, and I did my best to work hard and prove my worth every day. As a result, I became the top salesman in my company and was even given a director title. The best part is that I would have to go to my previous company for business deals, and I met my old boss there. What? How did someone like you land a job at that company? Well, it's great to see you again. I was very luckily picked up by this other company. Ah! My boss could only look at me with jealousy and regret. Everything seems to be going well, until one day. Hello, this is John.
John? How have you been?
I got a phone call from my divorced ex-wife. What did she want from me now? I asked her what she was calling for, and apparently she had found out somewhere, somehow, that I was now a director at a major company. My ex-wife was trying to take things back into her own terms, and said that she wouldn't mind getting remarried to me. Unfortunately for her, I had already seen her true colors. This woman didn't want to get married to me. She was trying to get married to my salary.
Hey, I heard that your salary is 1.5 times higher than what it was before, right? Why didn't you say something sooner? Well then, let's live together again.
Weren't you the one that said you wanted to get a divorce? Sorry to say, but I have no interest anymore.
But you know, I can cook for you and do chores around the house for you too.
Even when we first got married, I can count on one hand the number of times she cooked or did any chores at all. Other than that, she would either make me do it or simply order delivery. She didn't seem to be backing down at all, so I took the opportunity to be extremely clear with her. That's enough already! You're the one that was having an affair and ran out of this house when I lost my job. Plus, you were only thinking of your husband as an ATM. I have absolutely no interest in a wife who can't even say one word of thanks. My wife did not take it well, and almost as if to retaliate, fired right back at me, saying things like I was the one who wasn't taking care of her, or that if I had just asked, then she would have given me an allowance, making it seem as though the divorce was all my fault. I had reached my limit. My love for this woman had run out completely dry. Look, no matter what you try to say or do, you're not going to change my mind, and my answer is no. Oh, and about the affair, I'll be hiring a lawyer, and we'll be suing you for the damage that you've done.
Wait a second. You can't do that. You know that I don't have the money.
And so I hung up. She was the one who had asked for the divorce in the first place, and who was having an affair and left the house. I was already planning on hiring a lawyer and collecting a settlement from her. Sure, I was the one who was fired, and perhaps I'm at fault there, but she was the one who left just because our income was decreased. There's no way that I would let someone like that come crawling back just because I have a high salary again.
What's wrong? You look a little tired.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm fine. Now I'm living my best life with my new girlfriend. Unlike my ex-wife, she's not the type of person to judge someone by their income, and I know that she loves me for who I am. A few years later, she and I got married, and now we live happily ever after. We've even been blessed with a healthy child. Work is going well, and I guess this is what they call smooth sailing. Regarding my ex-wife, I collected a settlement from her affair, and I haven't heard from her since. From what I heard, in order to fulfill the payments, she had to resort to sex work to make ends meet.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.